The last man between Donald Trump and the top of the Republican ticket is now out of the race. Ohio Governor John Kasich officially suspended his presidential campaign. Good evening. I'm Mike Jackson.
And I'm Colleen Marshall. Trailing in delegates, trailing in national GOP polls, but still the governor surprised even those closest to him when he decided to end his bid for the White House.
Everywhere I went in America, I told the people about our beautiful, beloved state and held Ohio high. And I think gave people an impression from one end of America to the other that Ohio is a special place.
And now Ohio is home again to John Kasich, who is off the campaign trail and back at work as governor. He ended his campaign with a sometimes emotional reflection on the support he got from family, from volunteers, even lawmakers who traveled to other states to campaign for him.
Frankly, I was so humbled by the fact that they came and they loved me. They encouraged me.
But Governor Kasich just could not get traction on the national stage, and his message for party unity was drowned out by louder rhetoric from Donald Trump.
As I suspend my campaign today, I have renewed faith, deeper faith, that the Lord will show me the way forward and fulfill the purpose of my life. Thank you, and God bless.
So now what? With Donald Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee, and Hillary Clinton closing in on the needed number of delegates for the Democratic nomination, the race will quickly change. NBC4 reporter Ted Hart is live tonight at the State House with more on how voters and political insiders are reacting to today's news. Ted?
Well, Mike, after the better part of a year on the road, Governor John Kasich will now be back in Ohio with his hands on the wheel of state government. His decision to pull out of the presidential race was a disappointment to some, long overdue to others, but it's a move that clearly puts this presidential race in a little bit better focus. At Kickball on the Commons, Matt Hancharik says John Kasich was never really in the game, never had a chance in the presidential race.
It's gotten to the point where it doesn't matter who's going to win. Not much is going to change, if you ask me.
Will you vote?
Yeah, I'll vote.
What are your thoughts on that?
Francis Tibbs found it hard to believe that Trump
Beyond speechless.
is now the presumptive nominee.
No, not good. No.
A lot of Americans may be holding their noses when they vote this year, even though the math now says Donald Trump and most likely Hillary Clinton will be the nominees. Voters don't feel good about either one.
Clearly, both of them are going into the general election with high negatives, in fact, negatives that have never been seen in the history of polling in the United States.
But I want to thank every one of you.
At his news conference, Kasich thanked his supporters and reminisced about the campaign trail. He did not, however, endorse Donald Trump. State Party Chairman Matt Borges isn't sure whether that will happen.
I think you got to give the governor some time to digest everything that's happened, and a lot of the decisions about who's going to support Donald Trump are really up to Donald Trump at this point in time.
A lot of people in the Republican family want to know, okay, now that the primary's over, what kind of approach, style, message is Trump going to have going forward?
And the approach, style, and message of Donald Trump will take center stage in Cleveland this summer when Republicans gather and try to unite their party at the GOP convention in July. Live at the State House, Ted Hart, NBC4.
The announcement by Governor Kasich, a big talk on social media, even among the celebrities. Sarah Palin says, proud to stand with our nominee, Donald J. Trump. Thank you. We have stood with him in the fight, although she does not mention Governor Kasich. Talk show host Samantha Bee, she's very clever when she writes, John Kasich, well, he didn't have to drop out when Ted Cruz did, but an alliance is an alliance. Thelma and Louise. Yes, politics does increase humor from time to time. And then, of course, we hear from Bill O'Reilly, who always has something to say. Cruz and Kasich tried, but history was against them. Trump versus Hillary will be intense. Clinton the favorite, but Trump will not hold back. That's more of that. And then finally from Megyn Kelly. She says, as I suspend my campaign today, I've renewed faith the Lord will show me the way forward and fulfill my promise for life. Just some of the things that they're talking about on social media concerning Governor Kasich dropping out of the race. You can see Governor Kasich's full speech at NBC4i.com. Complete coverage of the presidential race. It's all under the news tab. Just click on Ohio Votes 2016.
Following